Finding our life's purpose. Isn't that what we all want? Don't we want more meaning, significance, and purpose in our life? A lot of us will ask ourselves, why are we here? I'm here to tell you, instead of starting with our why, we should end with it. New York Times did a study that only 25% of Americans truly know their life's purpose. People are just wandering through life not knowing why they're here. There's people in this room. And this statistic blew my mind. And as I started to understand purpose, as I traveled around the world, it took me about 10 years to understand what my life's purpose was. And I wrote a book, and one of the graphs I created in it is the cycle of unfulfilling purpose. And there's 4 steps. The first one is a transition. We all experience transitions in our life. It can happen in many forms. We can have a kid, we can get married, we graduate school, we can leave the sport that we thought we were going to be a professional at. Something traumatic could happen to us. A loved one could die. Something happens in our life that changes everything, leading us to the second step, which is confusion. Not knowing who we are anymore. Not knowing what our next step, lacking clarity and lacking direction in our life. This could be depressing and unmotivating. And the scary part is, this could last for days, maybe years, maybe decades, maybe even a lifetime for some individuals. Then there's the third step, that if we're able to get out of confusion, we're able to build momentum. We're able to create results in our life. We get crystal clarity on what it is that we need to do, and we think we found our life's purpose. We found the job, and purpose is the reason why we do what we do. So I could be going to this job, I could be working my way up, providing for my family, I could have purpose. But if I then come to the fourth step, which is unhappiness and lack of fulfillment, that's the ultimate failure. And I look up and I ask, is there more to life than this? When we need to step out of the cycle and find our life's purpose, because when we find our life's purpose, we have happiness and fulfillment, and we have a desire to want to do more and be more. Because finding purpose is actually easy, but living our life's purpose and having fulfillment is life-changing. So if we look at the word purpose, P-U-R, the prefix is used to set forth beforehand. It's also used in the word pure, so it's without blemish, the purest intention. And then pose is to suggest or intend. So purpose stands for the purest suggestion or intention that we set forth beforehand. So if we look at these chairs in this audience, the user can define the purpose, right? So some of you guys in the back are using it as a bed. You find the purpose there. I see you guys back there. Some of us use this purpose as an opportunity to learn and grow. And then some other people use that as an opportunity to rest our lower back and our knees, right? The purpose of the chair is defined by the user. But what about the creator of the chair, the invention? What was the purpose when the creator made the chair? And if the user's purpose is out of alignment with the creator's purpose, we're going to have unfulfillment and frustration, right? If I try to use this chair as a bed and that's not what the purpose of the chair was from the creator, I'm going to struggle. Same thing with our life. Our life's purpose was already predetermined before we were made. It was set forth beforehand. This changed everything for me because I thought I had to create purpose. I thought I had to create my life's purpose. But our creator, the highest being with purest intentions, with no flaw, decided our purpose before we're even here on this earth. So you guys can decide if you want to use your purpose or the creator's purpose in your life. Because the two most important days of our life are the day we find out why and the day we were born. One of my favorite quotes from Mark Twain. So our job is just to align ourselves with our creator's purpose for ourselves. So the first question, instead of why am I here, we ask ourselves, who am I called to serve? Because when I step into a place of service, I immediately have significance, purpose, and meaning in my life. It shifts the conversation from you to who. It's not about me anymore. I think about who can I help and who can I serve. And the reason why I know this is because our Creator has designed us this way. So here's a photo of our brain. It lights up like a Christmas tree when we serve individuals. This is called the helper's high. So a lot of research done on this. Your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. We feel incredible. It's also the same feeling that we have when we have sex, consume sugar, social media, substances like drugs and alcohol, and serving other people. All 5 of these are extremely addictive. You guys can decide which addiction you want to have. And the first 4 there are things that we do externally to serve ourselves, only ourselves. And the last one is something that has already been built within us internally that we can use to affect other people externally. So then the next question is, what problems am I called to solve? So who am I called to serve? Start with someone that you can relate to, that you have similar experiences with. And then the second problem is, the second question is, what problems am I called to solve? Because this is how we get paid. Now, who likes to get paid in here, right? Everyone. Because the problems that you solve are in direct correlation to the amount of money in your bank account. Because the bigger the problems, the bigger the solution. The smaller the problems, the smaller the solution. So start with someone that you can relate to, that you like working with, then figure out what problems do they have and what problems did you overcome in your life. And usually these can be found with traumatic experiences, life experiences that only you can talk about. I guarantee you there's someone else that has gone through the same situation and problem that you can help. And then the last question is, how am I called to solve this problem? And this is where you guys can get creative, because there's 1,000 different ways to solve one problem. And with technology, every single day a solution is being created. But this is the easiest part. Once we know who we're called to serve and what problems we're called to solve, the solution becomes very evident. And from a logistical and strategic standpoint, we want to create the most effective and efficient solution to the problem so we can help the most amount of people in the world. So, who am I called to serve? What problems am I called to solve? And how am I called to solve this problem? This is going to create our purpose statement. I help who? With their problem through the solution. So I help young adults and business owners that lack clarity and confidence and direction in their life by helping them find their life's purpose through live events, books, and presentations. And we've been doing that for the last several years. So I validate my purpose with my why. Then this is when we come with the question, why do we do what we do? Look at your purpose statement. Then you ask yourself, why do I do it? Am I doing it for myself? For selfish gain? Am I doing it because I genuinely care and want to help others? Or am I doing it because I want to serve my Creator? Because when we serve our Creator, and that's at the epicenter of our life, we're expressing the highest form of love, because that was what was expressed when we were created. And what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 indicators. You're going to have peace. Do you have peace with what you're doing with it? Because if I think I have purpose and I don't have peace, I have to realign myself. Second thing is, do I have passion? Do I actually enjoy what it is that I do? Because we're all designed with different strengths and abilities on this earth to enjoy different things. So am I excited? Do I look forward to the day ahead? Am I excited to do what I am doing right now? And the last thing is, are people willing to pay me for it? Because we're supposed to provide for our loved ones and be able to use money as a vehicle to help other people in great causes as well. So our life's purpose is to serve our Creator by serving others, specifically through your purpose statement. And you guys can fill in the blanks there. So start with the who, end with the why, and validate it with that. I look forward to serving the world together. Thank you.